Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It is me. Nah. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I am back with another band launch review. I've only done UConn band launch. People requested that I do other band launches, so I'm back with the second band launch of the season. This is DRiddim Tribe, and that's the band by RDR. So I'm here to give my review of the launch. As usual, anything that I express here, they're my own personal opinions, which I am entitled to. It's not to offend anyone. Obviously, I'm not going to be completely horrible just for the sake of being horrible. I'm just going to be honest in my opinions of the costume, the whole event, that sort of thing. I have Roland here with me, so if you see me looking off camera, he's there. As usual again, I have a drink because you kind of have to. All the while. For the throat. I just know you can't escape the feeling of being wanted now. And what I'm going to go into this video with is, obviously this is the first time I've done a band launch that is not the band that I play with. So I am going to do this video and I'm going to remove any comparisons, any direct comparisons, or any mention of the band that I play with, because this is not a biased review. This is an honest review and my honest opinion. I'm going to go into this video, and I went to the launch really open-minded, so I'm going to do the video from a very open-minded standpoint. I am merely a spectator, so this is it. Before we get into these sections and everything, I have to talk about the actual event. The event was... It was a good event, but I didn't know when the actual show was meant to start. So I felt like I was standing there for time because I didn't know when it was supposed to start. I don't know if it's a case of where it wasn't announced or whatever, but I felt like I was there for time. The actual setup of the stage was I felt like it was really good. It was quite minimal and really, really good. There wasn't this big extravagant noise, let's call it. There was no all this. It literally had a screen, the stage, the two things at the side, and really and truly that's all that we need. So we'll go into these sections. There are 17 sections. Now for me personally, I feel like that's a bit excessive, but again, that's just my personal opinion. So these 17 sections, this is inclusive of the fun mass and all the other extra bits. So I'll go through them. So we had SOS, which is School of Soca. There's the t-shirt section. There's the fun mass. Then there's Lisa, Soluke, Queen of Everything, Makeda and Solomon, Dynasty, Nubia, Atlantean Empire, Matusa, Livia, Colopmo's Reign, Crown Jewels, Nefertiti, Shiva's Goal, and Wu Dynasty. So they all make up the whole production, the whole presentation for this year, which is Reign. I'll just get into it, okay? So, School of Soca, I don't know who they are. I felt like for the show there was a lack of keeping the spectators up to date. I didn't know what the hell I was looking at. All I know is I felt like I was what do they call them? That thing, a flash mob. I felt like it was a flash mob that was going on. I don't know if that's what they tried to do. But all I know is I was standing there, the lights started to go, and then a bunch of people ran onto the stage and they started stepping. I don't know when stepping became a part of Carnival. I didn't know what I was looking at. So it wasn't until I was re-watching the videos that I realized that that was actually an option that you can choose from. I didn't get it. I didn't get exactly what it is they were trying to sell. I didn't get exactly what it is I was supposed to be buying. I didn't get exactly what it is I should be looking at. I mean, I suppose it's cute Again, I don't get it. There is really nothing more for me to say about that. The t-shirt section, it is what it is. It's a t-shirt section. I quite like the t-shirt section. Again, it is what it is. It's just t-shirts. It looked like people were going to the gym. And again, there was this lack of introduction. So I didn't know what it is I was looking at. So the fun mask section is nice. Again, I'm happy to see that, you know, fun mask is becoming something that's more, it's not as dry as it used to be back in the day. Yeah, it's more centric. Like, you feel like, okay, I'm not just in a stupid two-piece or whatever. And the design of the bodywear was nice. Fun mask premium bit with the backpack, that was really, really nice. It was really, really well done. I like the fact that there is that option of having fun mask and having a little bit of wings, so you feel like you're in. Obviously, I must shout out my girl Edie, who modeled the premium fun mask option. Obviously, you know, that's my babes, and she did me proud. She's definitely becoming a force to be reckoned with. Is that it? Yeah. Sis is definitely becoming a force. Big up yourself, Edie. You know I love you every single time. So shout outs to you. But the fun mask section, that's a good section. We move on to Realiza, and that was one of the private sections, I believe, by Monique. So I will state the quite obvious when it comes to this section. I don't know what was going on with the men's option for this section at all. I feel like there is really not much this costume has to offer as far as the male goes. Yeah, the female backline for that one again, quite minimal. There is really, you know, nothing wow about it. The midline and front line, however, especially the front line, that is a really, really nice costume. The backpack for that was really, really well done. Shout outs to Rihanna, whatever. No, not whatever, it's rude. She modeled that costume well. That costume, the colors are really, really nice. I realized that there wasn't a headpiece, like an actual headpiece option. With the front line, I could understand because you've got the big backpack already. So that crown works with it. The female backline or midline, I'm not sure which one it actually is, that could have maybe done with feathers on the arm, get rid of the backpack, and maybe a headpiece. Again, just personal opinion. So that's that. There's really not much to say about that. We move on to Soluke. The female backline for this, you couldn't pay me to wear this costume. The color, that silver, I don't know what is going on. The orange that's inside of the hood, I don't know what was going on with that. The whole costume, it looks like something that you would put on a child in Carnival circa 1998. I feel really horrible saying this, but because the standard of Carnival on a whole is so high at the minute, this costume should have been kept on the shelf. Like, it shouldn't, this costume, the female backline for this costume, it shouldn't have seen the light of day. There is literally nothing that this female backline has to offer at all. The female midline, that is between, should have been kept on the shelf and okay, it can make it onto the road. It's better than the backline, but it's still, I didn't get the wings. I really didn't get the wings. Now, the male option for this, I quite like. That's a good costume. The headpiece is really, really nicely done. And the face bit for the headpiece, really, really nicely done as well. That's that. The female front line for this costume, it's giving Mortal Kombat. It does seem like it is a lot to take on the road. However, that was the thing that brought it back for this section. But this section, again, is something that didn't particularly need to be in there. I didn't get it. So next we have Queen of Everything. This is a really nice costume. I like the colors on the costume. This is a really, really nice costume. The colors are really nice, and the thing is, the green and the pink, it really goes together and they're vibrant. The female frontline, I love that costume. The young lady that modeled this costume, she modeled this costume well. The body pieces on the costume, it's not too much, because what you have is sometimes you have these costumes and then it's just too much and there's just too much going on. But this costume is a banging costume, I can't even lie. I like the fact that they have that scepter as well. That was really well done, and that is really blinged out. It doesn't look like some dry piece of kanjik. It's really, really well done. So, Makeda and Solomon. This was the part of the show that it took a turn for the better. I felt like up to this point of the show, a lot of the costumes were lackluster. A lot of them were just like, oh my, this is someone that, it's like an art project. So with that being said, this costume is a really, really strong costume. For the females, it is what it is. You know, we can't, there's really nothing to shout about in terms of like the backline female, backline male. It is backline, it's just what it is. The female frontline is a really, really good costume. I like the design in this area. The headpiece looks really, really nice as well. The male frontline, I like the cape thing that they've got going on. I am not particularly thrilled at this big whole sash that comes down there. I feel like if they were going to do that, they could have done a lot more. If they were going to do it, first of all, you shouldn't have had the sash. However, if you must keep it, there could have been a bit more that should have had to offer. It just looks like, I don't know, it's just there. But the female individual, I didn't know that individual was something that you model. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of people that want that costume, so it doesn't particularly make it individual. So I'm just anyone that's looking, whether message me or in the comments or whatever, let me know if this individual, if this is just for one person, or because if it's not for one person, then it's not individual. No, not really nice. With that being said, this individual really nicely done. Yeah, it could have been a frontline costume, the fact that they were modeling it, but it really shows you what this section has to offer. I love the wings, love the headpiece, love that trail that goes from the waist bit down to the leg. That's really nicely done as well. Love the staff, scepter, stick, whatever you want to call it. Love that. I must shout out Lorraine, the model that modeled this costume, because I mean, sis body she modeled that costume well. That body did just sell over one part. Dynasty, and this is by YF Mars. I will start with what I think is the obvious. The body pieces on this costume, or the material on the body pieces, I found them quite cheap. No, let me look for another word. I found them quite, yeah, it was almost like you had cloth and then you bejeweled it or bedazzled. That's just what it is. With that being said, love the color of this costume. That blue and that gold, love that. The female backline, love that. Female frontline, love that. The male option for this, what I love about this chest piece is the fact that they've got this and they've got the thing over the hand there. Love that design. The headpiece, I love the fact that it's given a bit of ruffle, it's given a bit of edge. So I quite like this costume, apart from the material that was used to make the body pieces. But the actual design of the body piece is nice. You know what I would like to see this? I would like to see a wire bra option for this costume. Next we have Nubia. I don't know what was going on with this on stage. One of the models came out and her backpack was loose. Another model came out and her leg piece was loose. It was like there was a lack of preparation behind stage. I didn't get it. With that being said, I'm not particularly thrilled about the design of the backpack on this. There is really nothing much that I could say about this costume, to be honest.
Okay, that's that on that.
Atlantean Empire. Love that costume. I love this costume, okay? Love that, love the crown, love the colors, love the design, love the wires. I love this costume so much. Like, up to this point, this is my favorite costume. There is really not much I can fault on this costume. That ultra, something else. Like, I have never seen wire knickers in Carnival. Love that, okay? The wire bra, wire knickers, everything about this ultra is just amazing. The fact that this bit, this area here, perfect. And then the backpack, love that. The crown, love that. The girl that modeled this costume, she, yes. That's a really, really good costume. The blue, the deep sea blue in that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's a really, really good costume. So we go to one of Envy's design, and it's Matusa. This costume is one of the best costumes that I have seen for band launch season so far this year. That costume looks like a costume that you'll see in like St. Lucia, like, you know, them big man thing there. That costume is just wow. What a costume. The design on that bra and that shoulder piece and that neck and that head and the knickers and the way she, bad. That is a sick costume, okay? The colors, the backpack, the headpiece, everything about that costume here just gone over one part. This costume here, I would wear this costume. Man, I would wear this costume.
You're not a girl, bitch.
Because that costume here just bad. And the girl who modeled this costume, sorry, the young lady, the lady that modeled this costume, she just, if she doesn't wear this costume on road, she's doing a disservice to herself. Because this costume here, bad. Next, another design we have by Envy, we've got Livia. So, we'll start with the male. I love the whole white and gold that's going on in this section. The female backline for that, love that. Again, the white and gold. When it comes to costume and having a costume look really good and really, I guess, expensive and quality on the road, you kind of can't go wrong with white and gold. But this costume, all that this costume has to offer, really, really good. Female midline, love that. Love that. The design of that is just banging. The bra, the wings, the headpiece, banging. The female frontline of this costume bangs. Love that costume. Love this bit. See that bit where it goes there? Love that. The whole headpiece, everything that this costume has to offer, I love. I can't really fault this costume. Everyone that modeled these costumes look really, really well as well. So this one is Colotmo's Rain. Let's try that again. So this one is Colotmo's Rain. I don't know if I'm saying that first word correctly, if I'm honest. This is the part of the show where it kind of slipped. I felt like they were going so well, and then this came out, and I thought, okay. It's like I went from, in the show I went from, to, ooh, to, okay. It's just a lot. And I don't particularly feel like it's a lot of good things. The best thing about that backline was the fact that Patricia modeled it, in my opinion. Because Patricia's my girl, and Patricia's like them just scrumptious. Absolutely scrumptious. Body nice, everything. But then there was not a lot that the actual costume had to offer. I felt like it's just someone in a bikini. It came to the midline and it was just like, okay, cool. And then it came to the front line and it was like, that's bigger, but there's just a lot. I don't know if it's the feathers at the bottom. There was just, for me, the costume just fell a bit flat. So we move on to Crown Jewels. Crown Jewels, that is a costume. The colors on that costume, love it. It's given sunset, it's given golden sunset, it's given everything. The male backline, we have to mention the fact that it could have gone without it. I feel like they should have just had one option for the male. But then also I forget that there are certain males that play Carnival and they don't really like headpiece, so I get it. The male with the headpiece, Love that. The female frontline, I cannot fault that costume. And the young lady that modeled this, love that. Love that. Love that. Love this section. This section is just wow. We have to stand. Nefertiti. Where do I start? First of all, big up Dujana. Obviously, I know I'm a baby that. But the fact that she's now designing costume, it poses the question, is there anything this girl cannot do? She keeps doing things and keeps having me standing, and it's just like, I am sending you a message now, Dujana. I only have so much wigs. Like, you cannot be taking them all like with a quickness, because Nefertiti is that girl. Okay, it's that girl. She is that girl. The female backline, love that. Okay, love that. We won't even spend a lot of time there because I would literally have to designate like 20 minutes of this video just for this section. So the front line with the backpack. Who is this woman? Who is this woman that modeled this costume? Because we wouldn't even start on the costume just yet, because this woman, her body bangs, okay? She looks like something that you would see and you think, you're not from here, like you cannot be from here, you're an alien, like you cannot be from here, you have to come from somewhere else. Her body is sick, and her face, gidem, in the words of Edie, gidem. And that backpack, when this video is finished, I need to call the police on Dujana, because I don't understand what kind of crimes you're out here committing, because it's too much. It is too much. So you mean to tell me now that in addition to you now slaying in front of the camera, you now have to go and slay behind a paper and design such a banging costume? Because this backpack, sick. The colors on this costume, sick. The body pieces on that, sick.
Look at the material.
You should be going home anyway.
You can be the judge of it.
And the front line with the big headpiece. Are you mad? That is a...
Look how she ate that.
Mega hat. What a costume. What a headpiece. What a design. What... I mean, oh my god, the colors.
I've never seen blue going with orange.
Never ever would I have seen blue going with orange. Never. Who teach you this? Dujana, Miss Dujana, who teach you this? Because I don't get it. Because this here just slay the girls. What? What a headpiece. What I love about this is it took skill to realize that this costume with this headpiece, you didn't really need anything else. You didn't need anything else, and the fact that you complemented it with the feathers on the legs, that costume looked like it's such a full costume. But believe that if she take off the headpiece, it's literally just a body piece with the legs. But it just goes, the thing just shell over one part. Big up yourself, good girl, because wow. So we move on to Shiva's gold. Shiva's gold is a really nice costume. I always say I don't particularly like dark colored costumes. I think they're boring. But this costume, the black and the dark green, love that. Female backline I really love. Carla looked really nice in her costume. We must shout out her boobs because they were doing bits in the Brazil. But that female backline is a really nice costume. It's quite simple but not basic, so we love that. The male I like. Do I overly love it? No. The theatrics that they had on stage when because basically they brought out a chair and then they had him sit there as if he's the king. Trying to do this thing where he's hiding the costume. I'm like, rah, okay, so this is it's about to pop off. And then he revealed the costume and it didn't pop off, it just popped. The female front line, stop everything. The female front line, now all you know, I'm a baby that. So, the female frontline, what I will say is, I have to shout out whether it was the designer or whether it was the showrunner, whoever decided to put Surya in his costume. You need to have a special shout out because that is how you put a model to model your costume, okay? Because she modeled the costume well, let's be honest, she is that girl. That is how you use a model to model your costume. Soraya, big up yourself all the way up. All the way up. Because you're large and in charge, you do me proud. Obviously, we have to mention the little slip that you had. But you know what? You slipped but you did not fall, and I'm proud. You know what it reminded me of, and I'll put the video in here. There was a video of Beyonce coming on the steps and she tripped 3 times and she never fell down.
Thanks for allowing us to share. Nashville, we love you!
I mean, the show must go on. The show must go on, and it did, and you modeled the costume well. This costume, it bangs, okay? This costume, it bangs. I really don't know what else to say about the costume. The design of the costume is lovely. The body piece of the costume is lovely. The backpack of this costume, amazing. The crown, amazing. It's actually come to a point now where if I was doing a male, like if I was doing this section and I was doing the male set, obviously I would be doing the male option for this, I would ask for a crown. And her makeup was done so well, and the gold in this section, love that. Last but by no means least, Wu Dynasty, and this is one of Envy's design as well. Now, I love the male option for this. I love the blue at the top. It's so random, but it looks really, really, like it goes. This is the section that I would have played in if I was playing with this brand. The female backline, love that. Love that. Like the design of this costume, I just love the colors, and this sequin looks so good in the sun. Again, I am here and I have to have a serious conversation with you guys about the way that I have to stand for the genre, okay? Because what a way to close a show. Like, first of all, I didn't expect her to model because I thought, oh, she's designing, so this is, you know. And then she came out, wow. And it literally took everything I had not to scream. Now, this costume is banging. Like, I love this area here. It's giving me, maybe like Chinatown. It's giving Chinatown, let's be honest. But I love the design of this. I love the headpiece. This costume is where it deserves to be, in the sense that it was the one that closed the show. So that's it done for the review as far as the costume goes. All in all, in terms of the entire production, you're going to have your favorites, you're going to have the ones that you felt like you had, like, you know, you could have gone without. There were some that I personally wouldn't even look at, and there are others that I'm just like, wow, I would actually wear this. Minor things that I found not up to scratch. The way the Carnival game is such a big and competitive game nowadays. But we move, there is always next year. And yeah, I personally, if I wasn't playing in the band that I was playing in, and I did say this last year, if I wasn't playing in the band that I'm usually playing in, I would play with RDR. I feel like they're definitely up there as far as credibility and designs go. Obviously this year, from, as I said, there are a few hit and misses, but that's the same with every other band. There is really nothing more I can say. As usual, I hope you like the review. It is what it is. Can you guys let me know whether you want to put it in the comments below or you want to message me on Instagram? I think it would be better if you do it on Instagram, because that's what a lot of you do anyways. Message me on Instagram and let me know what band launch you want me to review, and then obviously I will contact them for me to get a media pass to go to their band launch, and I will do that. So yeah, shout outs to everyone. I had fun. No, I'm joking. But yeah, that's the video done. Let me know how you think as usual. Period poo. We out here.